this is Khan with you. This is the third lecture of my small guide to CKA. In my first lecture, I gave you some idea of CKA and I showed you the first question, and in the second lecture, I showed you how we can put a pod on a control plane. I hope this will be giving you some idea of how easy or how difficult the CKA exam is. Currently we are in the start, so all of the things are quite easy to understand and easy to be tested, but we don't need to have any bigger setup to learn the basics of these things. So but when we learn it, we can have some idea and then we can increase our understanding with time. So this is all the motives of making these videos. So as I told you, we had gone through some of these initial questions, and then we are on the third question today. Just to let you know that I had recently passed the CKA exam as well. So I find these questions and the practice I find very useful, because if you will keep practicing, then it will be easy for you to pass the exam. In my next video, in my every other video, I will try to add some tips on passing the exam as well, because once you passed it, then you have a kind of right to comment on it, that how it can be easily passed. So I will try to help my other fellows who are in a process of getting CKA certified. So in the third question, basically when you buy the exam, then as part of the exam package, access to 2 mock exams. So these questions are basically part of those mock exams, and as I have given this exam very recently, so like this question number 3, scale down of a stateful set. So this was part of the exam as well. So it means that this question is not very simple. I mean, or this question has some importance in the eyes of the people who set the exam paper, because they use this question. This question is very simple. Maybe it's just to give some moral boost of the person who is giving exam, or maybe they make some small tweaks in it, so that because one way of like when I will go in some other questions, I will try to tell you that what things you will be considering when you will be giving some of the questions. Like for example, in this question, they may have put something like a namespace or something like anything which can take your attention to something else, and you may miss some crucial part of it. But as a general speaking, this is very simple question. You are just asked to scale down a stateful set. So let's start. Let me take you to my cluster. I will show you how a stateful set can be scaled up or scaled down, and then we will discuss a bit about the difference between a normal pod and a stateful set. So let's begin. So let me go in my Visual Studio Code. So as I was telling you that basically I'm running my cluster on a Docker desktop, and then I run Minikube from the PowerShell, and then I can access my cluster from here. Let me show you the nodes. So this is kubectl get nodes. So you can see I have 2 nodes in the cluster, and let me show you the pods. So if you can see here, I am running a normal pod. One pod is a normal pod, and these are stateful sets. What is the difference? How I know that this is a normal pod, this is stateful set? Because if you see the stateful set, I have created it with the name of test. Now based on the number of replicas, it adds a hyphen and a number automatically. The pods are not numbered in the same way. If you make a deployment and you make 4 or 5 pods, pods have a randomly generated numbers, but the stateful set have a unique identifier. They have put a specific number with all the stateful set, and whenever you increase it, they increase sequentially. Whenever you decrease it, they decrease also sequentially. I will increase and decrease it for you. You will see that once I will decrease it, it will always delete the biggest number first. And when we increase it, it will increase it in the same way. It will add a new number and the new number. Like for example, let me copy this command from here. This command may have one small issue. I will check it. Okay, this is, so for example, if I increase it, I make it 5 first. So sorry, I missed the name. So it has increased it. So if you see, it increases, like it was 0, 1, 2, then it added number 3, and then similarly it will add number 4. So it increased it sequentially. Similarly, if I will decrease it, I will take it to 1, it will start decreasing it sequentially. Like it deleted the number 4, then it tried to terminate number 3, then it will terminate number 2, then number 1. So it will always keep this one intact. So first thing first, we saw that if you have a stateful set that you need to scale, then we have a simple command, kubectl scale sts or stateful set. I missed the name here. Let me just add it because it was something missing. And let me show you with the full name. Like basically, this is a stateful set. So you can use the full name. It works the same. You can use the shorter name. It works the same both ways. So in the exam, if these questions come to you, then you just have to scale stateful set and give the number of replicas as per whatever is required in the exam. So now we come to the second part, just to give you some idea, because that what is the difference between a pod and a stateful set. We see that we have a pod here and we have these stateful sets. Let me describe both of them for you. Like, let me describe this pod. So if you see here, this pod has a normal type of manifest, like it has a name, namespace, then service account, some annotations. This is the image. If there is any port, if there is any mount, there is any volume attached. So because we have created both in the pod and the stateful in the same way, so let's see what is the difference. So now let me describe one of the stateful set. So you see here, like for example, this part that we are looking at, we don't find any big difference here. It is also mounting the service account. The volumes are almost the same, but only difference is it is controlled by a stateful set and it has these two labels. Otherwise, other than these, there is no difference. It has also a name, it is on a namespace and everything almost in the same way. like this one. So we can say that, okay, then what is the difference between a normal pod and a stateful set? So basically the difference is quite uh, similar as the name suggests. The stateful set can maintain its states automatically through Kubernetes. Kubernetes can help you in maintaining the state. We can maintain the state of a normal pod as well. The maintaining of a state needs the same type of resources. Like for example, if we attach a persistent volume to a pod, or if we attach a persistent volume to a stateful set, then we can preserve the state of that pod in that persistent volume, because both of these, they need a persistent volume as well. They cannot, like for example, this stateful set is not a correct stateful set. It cannot maintain its states. I have not put anything for which I can show it to you, because it is not a very long or very detailed thing. But just to let you know that, I mean, generally if you just make a stateful set, it will not maintain its state until you add a persistent volume to it. As soon as you will attach a persistent volume, then Kubernetes will automatically start maintaining the state of the stateful set, because the stateful set should maintain its state if a persistent volume is attached to it. But this is not the case with a normal pod. In a normal pod, if you attach a persistent volume, then with your code, I mean, whatever code is running on that container, with the help of that code, you can then maintain whatever state in whatever way you want to maintain it. So this is the difference, that a pod can also have a maintenance of its state, but that maintaining of the state is dependent on the programmer, that how he wants to maintain it. But in a stateful set, Kubernetes automatically start maintaining the state of the pod, and that is maintained on a persistent volume which is connected to it. So basically the video was about the question number 3 of the CKA insights. I hope you will like the video, and your idea about the paper and the Kubernetes should hopefully have increased a bit. So let's meet in the next video, and if you like it, then please share and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Okay, goodbye.